Hey guys, welcome back. It's Krystal. So today I have a tutorial for you guys and I am sick again. I feel like I've been sick like every month. Yeah, I've just been sick like every couple months, every month. I don't know, ever since my daughter started preschool, I'm like sick all the time. So I'm sick again. I was just sick last month and sick again this month. And I feel like this one has been really bad. Me, my cousin, and Keely all have it. So I just have a really bad cough, like so bad I thought maybe I was having pneumonia or something because I was having a pain in the same part of my chest for quite a few days there, and the cough was just so deep in my chest. It sounded so bad, but I do feel like it's starting to loosen up and come up now, and I am starting to feel better, so that's good. But I haven't filmed a video and it's probably been a couple weeks. It's been nice taking a little break. And I just want to say thank you, if I haven't already said thank you in another video that I posted about all the comments in my December favorites video. So thank you so much for all your love, support, your positivity, your encouraging words. I really appreciate you guys. So I just want to say thank you. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I will link that video down below in case you want to check out everything that I talked about in that video. So another thing, before I get started, I already started my eyes. I'll tell you what I did here in a second. I rearranged my room. I feel like it's hard when you film videos to have your room like aesthetically pleasing to your eye, but also have it functional for filming. And that's why I rearranged this room like 10 times. Even when I was in my old makeup room, I rearranged that room several times. And I'm one of those people that just constantly reorganizes, rearranges, gets rid of things, finds new things to organize with. I don't know, I just like change. So in this room, I rearranged it so now I'm facing the window so I have more natural light. But the thing that I don't like about that is that my closet is the backdrop, which I don't really like that, so that's why I'm kind of at an angle. So you might see more light on this side of my face, which I do apologize if that's annoying. I don't know, I'll have to figure it out. This is the first video I'm filming in this setup right here. Otherwise, if I just face that way, you'll see the closet door, which is kind of boring. So I don't know, it's just hard to find perfect like setup. I feel like I don't want to have to take my equipment down every time. I just want it permanently set up so that I can just turn on the camera and start filming. So this way I feel like the room has more space in the middle of the floor. It's just maximum usage of the room space. So anyways, I hope I'm not rambling too much, but so what I did on my eyes is I put a lid on it, eye primer by the Balm. And then I went in with this new Morphe palette. This is the Dare to Create palette. And I just got this during like Black Friday or Cyber Monday. I have a lot of makeup. So this year I don't want to purchase as much makeup as I have in the past. A lot of times I purchase a lot more than you guys ever see on Instagram or here on YouTube. And I don't always get a chance to show it just because I can't film as many videos as I would like. So I have a lot of like new makeup that I purchased last year that I will probably be showing in upcoming haul videos. So it's not necessarily stuff that I bought this year, but it's stuff that I bought last year. So I did buy this palette on Cyber Monday when it was like 25% off, I think. I just think it's so pretty, all these colors. So I did take this shade right here. And these do have names. It does have a little plastic insert with the names, but I'm not gonna even bother telling you the names because I don't want to have to keep looking at that thing. I wish the names are printed under the shadows. So I used the Morphe M511 for this, and I just blended that color right into the crease. I used this palette once before and I had a lot of luck with it. I think it's really nice. So far, you know, I haven't used all the shades, but I have used several of the shades and I so far like it, but we will see as I keep using it. So what I'm gonna do is use greens. So I have like the army green nails, the army green shirt, and I think I am just going to continue with that theme. So I'm gonna take this shade right here from the palette. And this palette does not have a mirror, which some people don't like that, but I don't really mind. So I'm gonna pop this right here. I'm using a BDELLIUM Tools 776 brush. I'm gonna take this shimmery shade right here, kind of like an olive golden color, and I'm just gonna put this on the inner portion of the lid, bring that all the way into the center of the lid. See, it applies really pretty. I don't even feel like it needs to be wet. So I'm actually gonna go back in with that BDELLIUM Tools brush, and I'm gonna take this deeper green right here. So I'm placing that darker green color on the outer corner. I'm bringing it a little bit up into the crease. And I am gonna take that brown shade that we used, and I'm gonna run that back through the crease here in a second. So I'm gonna take that brown and run that back through the crease. And I'm kind of just blending it right above the green, so that way it's really peeks through. And I'm using that same Morphe brush. I'm gonna go back through that shimmery green shade and just kind of pop that back on the lid a little bit. And then I'm gonna take the black eyeshadow from the palette, and I'm gonna take this Morphe E37 brush and just run that black along the lash line here. And then I'm gonna take a wet wipe and just clean up a little bit along the edge here, and any black that got there on the inner corner. All right, so I'm gonna curl up my eyelashes. Do you guys like when people use like false lashes in their videos? I mean, it looks beautiful and everything, but I never use them just because on a daily basis, I don't wear eyelashes. And I like to do tutorials on makeup that I actually wear out. I don't know, I do have a lot of lashes that I need to use and play with, so maybe I'll start trying to incorporate some lash looks. But for the most part, I don't really wear lashes. So I'm going to apply this mascara. This is the Total Temptation by Maybelline. I just picked this up recently, and at first I didn't like it, but I think it's starting to grow on me. Sometimes with some mascaras, I feel like the more you use it and it starts to dry up a little bit, then you start to really get a feel how you like it. So I don't think it's bad. All right guys, so I'm gonna use this new foundation from Maybelline. It's the Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation, and I mixed two shades together. So I have been testing this out, so I already know my thoughts on it. So I have shade 110 Porcelain and 128 Warm Nude. The reason I picked up these two shades was because this one is obviously light, but this one has more of a yellow undertone. All right, so I did pick up Classic Ivory, which the color's just way off for me. It looks almost peach once it dries down, and it looks peach. Yeah, it just looks peach. I don't know, I don't like the undertone in that one. So this one over here is the Classic Ivory on the end, and I'm sorry that the lighting's kind of off. So yeah, I'm gonna return Classic Ivory because that one just didn't work for me. So I am going to mix these two together. Now this is a full coverage foundation. I actually prefer something more medium. So I'm actually gonna use a sponge to apply it just so it shears it out a little bit. And I'm gonna put more of the lighter shade in than the darker shade, because I do find that this foundation oxidizes and it always comes out darker than when I first apply it. So I'm going to mix those two colors together, and that is the color that I'm working with right there. So I'm gonna use my Eco Tool sponge, and this one was limited edition, part of the holidays, but I love this sponge, it's awesome. So I'm gonna do one side of my face just so you can see. See, the foundation's already starting to like get darker as it sits on my hand, so I probably could have used more of the lighter shade. So I am gonna add a little bit more just because I didn't put that much on. I'm gonna put most of it right here, but this gives really good coverage. It is a matte finish. I heard some people say that it's not like a flat matte, but I do find that it's pretty flat on me, and my skin is more normal. So it's really not my favorite foundation, to be quite honest with you. There's so many other ones I prefer. So if you don't like matte full coverage foundations, I don't think you'll like this foundation at all. I just feel like it oxidizes, and because it's so flat and matte, I do feel like it accentuates pores a little bit. So that is what it looks like. So I already feel like it doesn't look as smooth as other foundations I own, so it is definitely not my favorite, but it does have good coverage. And if you like matte full coverage foundations, you probably will like this foundation. I'm gonna go ahead and do this side, but you can see it does cover up all my redness and discoloration. All right, so that's what it looks like on my entire face. I'm sorry if the lighting's off. Actually, let me adjust my camera on my table. All right guys, so I adjusted my table and my camera and everything so it's facing straight on from the window and I'm not at an angle. I had more light on this side than this side and I feel like the lighting is more accurate now. So I hope you guys can see the true representation of the foundation. So I don't think it's horrible, but it's definitely not my favorite. It definitely looks better when I wear oil underneath it just because it just helps make it look less matte on me. And I prefer more satin foundations than I do matte. So that just helps out with that, but this is what it looks like. So it doesn't look bad, it's dried down, it doesn't feel tacky, it actually feels very soft on the skin, which I like. So I don't think it's bad, it gives nice coverage. I definitely could put more coverage than this, but I don't want to. Like I still have a little bit of stuff peeking through, but I don't want to mess with it. Like, this is good for me. I don't want it like super full coverage because I am going to put concealer on. So let's move on to concealer. All right, so I'm just going to use my Tarte Shape Tape. I don't really have a new concealer to use. So I'm just going to take this, put a couple little dots. This is in the shade Fair, which is pretty light. I do have another one somewhere that's a little bit darker. So I'm just going to take the same sponge and blend that out. So I'm going to go ahead and use this Flower Miracle Matte Finishing Powder. And I'm just going to use that to set under my eyes and my entire face, actually. I have sparkles under my eyes, I think because I used this brush for highlighting or something yesterday. Yeah. Whoops, oh well. I'm gonna use this Lorac bronzer. It's the TANtalizer Buildable Bronzer Powder, and I have the shade in Pool Party. I'm gonna use this Real Techniques B01 brush. This is part of their Powder Blue collection. And I do have a couple of these brushes and I really like them because they're so soft, like it's so soft. It is synthetic, it's supposed to mimic like blue squirrel hair or something like that. And the smaller one I have of this brush actually is shedding like crazy. So I emailed them and they responded immediately. And they were like, this one was shedding a little too, but not quite as much. And I think it's fine, but the other one's definitely defective. So I emailed them and they replied immediately, which was really nice. And they said that they would send me a shipping or email a shipping label to me so I could mail that one back and they could send a replacement. So I emailed them with the information they requested, like my address and everything, and they haven't replied. I'm like, okay. I'm just warming up the skin with that. It's nice and bronzy, blends nicely, like that powder a lot. So I'm actually gonna take the light green and put that on the lower lash line. And I'm just using a pencil brush for this. What I'm going to do is take that brown that we used in the crease, and I'm going to take this Sedona lace brush. This is the EB15, and I'm just going to run that along the bottom of the green. So I'm going to go ahead and put mascara on my lower lash line. I do not like this background, you guys. I just struggle so much with this background. It's so dark. I don't like. So there are no light shades in the Morphe palette, so I'm going to use something else for my brow bone highlight and maybe inner corner highlight. But for blush, I'm going to take this one. I think I've used these on camera before. I know I've used the other one, but I'm not sure about this color. This is by Kiko Milano. It's their Smart Color blush, and this shade is in 03. I'm not sure of the name. They do have names online, just the numbers on the actual packaging though. So I'm gonna take this Morphe. This is the Y4. I got these Morphe like gold set brushes. I've been wanting them. They were on sale for the whole bundle, and then they were another 25% off during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, so I got them then because they were already on sale, and then plus another 25% off, I was like, this is the perfect time. So I've been trying to test these out a little bit, but so far, like, you know, some of them, I'm not sure about all of them yet. So this is like the Y4 blush brush, but yeah, I like to pair like these kind of peachy shades with green eyes. I just think it pairs really nice. And I want to clean up like just down here a little bit. So I'm gonna take that powder and I'm gonna take the sponge. I'm gonna use the other side. And I'm actually just gonna, you don't have to actually like bake when you do this. Like some people take a lot of powder and do this. You don't need to do that. You can just take a sponge, clean one, and take a little powder on it and just go like this, and it will clean up the line. All right, so I'm gonna take this new highlighter by Becca. It is the shade in Vanilla Quartz. It is so pretty. I love the packaging on this. And when I first purchased this on Sephora, I thought it's gonna be too yellow gold. I don't like yellow gold highlighters, but I'm really glad I picked it up because it's so pretty. It's not too yellow. It has a little bit of a pink undertone. I'm gonna use this Morphe Y14 brush. Let me just show you. Let me get real close up here. Yeah, it's like, has a little bit of gold but pink in it. A little like duochrome-y. It is so freaking pretty, you guys. I love this highlighter so much. Do you see like the little pink that it has in there? Oh. So this is what it looks like right here. So let me get real up close and personal again so you guys can see. No highlight. Highlight. Do you see that? It's so pretty. I love it. And it goes on real nice and smooth. I'm gonna put a little bit on the nose, just a little. I don't want to go too heavy on the nose today. And a little bit on the Cupid's bow. So that is a little intense. So I'm gonna take my sponge and I'm just gonna take the bottom and kind of just diffuse that and kind of melt it into the skin because my sponge is wet. All right, so I'm also gonna take that highlight and apply it under my brow bone. I'm gonna take an angled brush by Sigma. It's a medium angled shading. And then I'm gonna take a pencil brush and I wanna pop that in my inner tear duct. I have a little dry spot right there. Not a dry, it's just like a flaky part of skin. I can't get it off. For my lips, I'm gonna use this 1000 Kisses Stay On Lip Liner pencil from Rimmel. I don't even know if they sell these anymore. This one's in Tiramisu. Used to be one of my favorites. I haven't used it in a while. All right, so for lipstick, I've been using this a lot. It's the Maybelline Matte Lipstick in Clay Crush. And then to set my face, I'm gonna use my Pearlescence Coconut Water Hydrating Facial Mist. All right, guys, so this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.